here with smallbusinessresourcecenter.com and Small Business Resource Center YouTube channel with a very important update for S.4227. Not exactly sure why, because I was sure I checked before September 10th, but we have 8 co-sponsors right now. So I want to give you an update on this. And also I'm going to share the petition I have. The link for the petition is in this video, and it's important that you sign it. I will explain why, because I'm not just trying to get S.4227 passed, but there's some things that are missing that I know is important to everybody watching this video if you're watching it. This video will explain why and why it's important to sign the petition and share it. I do have a petition video, by the way, but this will also explain it too. So S.4227 was started by Senator Jackie Rosen. It immediately had Senator John Cornyn of Texas as a co-sponsor. They had 6 co-sponsors. That would be Edward Markey, Chris Van Hollen, Doug Jones, Tim Kaine, Tina Smith, Mark Warner, and Kirsten Samini. Okay, you got it. But September 10th and the 15th were when the last 2 was added. I actually thought they were going to get more traction than this, much quicker. But I think everything going on with the recess, the election, and of course them working on trying to pass the CARES Act 2, we'll just call it that because they changed names so many times. So for the purpose of that, we'll just call it the CARES Act 2. But S.4227 has a lot of very important things that are going to help people. I do want to explain that the PPP loan actually is a great program. It expired, but they're going to have more funding for that. So I would encourage people when they do have funding at the end of this month or beginning of next month to apply for that. But still, I'm a proponent for the $10,000 EIDL grant and the EIDL loan. And let me explain why. It's called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. This act, S.4227, is ensuring increased disaster loans for Small Business Act, which is important. And the main reason is because the SBA lowered limits. They also turned down so many people. The problem that we have is that this impact of the coronavirus is not something that has been caused by any of you, but they're treating this like you're trying to get a loan to buy a new Corvette or do something, you know. So when you submit your application, sometimes they don't even give you the EIDL grant. Sometimes they give you the grant, approve your loan, then they ask for additional documents and they flat out turn you down or lower your limit when you're asking for funding to start your business, keep the lights on, make sure you don't get evicted, and they basically turn you down. So this is supposed to fix some of those problems. They want to reduce the cap that the SBA put on it to $2 million. I know for a lot of people that's not important because you don't need that amount of money. So we're not here to discuss fraud or other problems that occurred in the higher range, but I just want to explain what this is trying to accomplish. So that's very important. Also, they want to try to make sure that everybody gets the $10,000 EIDL grant within 3 days of application, and everyone who qualifies, I should say. So basically, when we're looking at that, this is retroactive. So if you applied in the past, you would not have to do anything. You would get the remainder of the $10,000. All right, so basically they're stating that no other additional documents should be required. And the main reason why this is important is it seems like they're approving people based on stuff that's submitted. Then they're asking for a full loan application or more. Then they either turn you down completely or lower the limit to such a small amount that doesn't even make sense. And now you're going through the runaround like a lot of people have for months trying to get approval, trying to get more funding. And basically, it seems like it's a big waste of time. So they need to streamline everything because the impact of this is not something that's been caused by you. There's a lot of reasons why they're turning people down, and this should not be looked at like a standard type of loan. And that's why this is important. So I'm going to go over other things, but keep in mind the petition that I have to sign is to support S.4227, also to ask for these additional things that I'm going to be discussing, which I know are important to you if you're watching this video. But basically when we have this here, they want to increase the funding. So they want to increase the EIDL funding to 100 billion from 20 billion and have 80 billion remaining if there's additional problems that would immediately be available. They also want to have monthly reporting, so the Senate and Congress can make adjustments if they feel things are not being done properly. So there's a lot of things in here that are very important, and a lot of things that would benefit everybody right now, because a lot of small businesses are suffering, shut down, and may not open back up. And, you know, if you had some of this funding right now, you could reopen, but at this point, probably could not open up. Other small business problems that are on the petition that I'm discussing is a simple fact that many small business owners have more than one business. And it seems like if you have more than one business or franchise, they're approving one only. Then they're telling you, since you already got one, they're not going to give you them for any of the other businesses. But keep in mind, you have separate lights, you have separate employees most of the time, you have separate rent payments. They're approving one and not the others. This is a big problem. All those businesses are separate and need to be treated as separate businesses. So their approval should be completely separate, and they should be approved by that type of basis. So that is the other thing that I think should be done. Besides some of the things in here, they have to realize that this is not something that we have caused, and the approval and streamlining process should be easier. It's terrible because, yes, I understand there's fraud, but it seems like the regular people are not getting approved, and the people who are getting committing fraud are being approved. So I don't understand. But this is Pete from the Small Business Resource Center.com and Small Business Resource Center YouTube channel. Consider subscribing if you're new. If you're a subscribed member, welcome back, and please sign and share the petition, because this is important to be able to get it. My petition is going to go to every senator and House representative and the president. I would like to get 100,000 signatures, and we just started it. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Comment below if you have questions, by the way. Always try to do what we can to help people out. And sign the petition.